Okay. How y'all doing out there? I'm making this as an informational video for people who are uh, interested or trying to see what's out there for CDL schools. Uh, I am currently attending the Swift Academy. It's located in Salt Lake City, Utah, or West Valley. It's kind of like a outskirt type little town. Obviously, Swift Academy, Swift has many different school locations where they do their CDL training at. So when I'm telling you about Salt Lake, I can't talk to you about Phoenix. I can't talk to you about what they do in Memphis or what they do out there in Pennsylvania, I think it is, or wherever else they do. So this is not that. I can only give you what I'm experiencing. All right. Basically, from how it started, I talked to a recruiter. Decided I was going to go with Swift. I've looked at other companies, and I decided to go with Swift. It was what's going to work for me. Once I decided to do that, she sent me a couple links. The one link was basically like the Swift Academy, like catalog, basically like the book that tells you kind of all about the academy and all that history and stuff. And then also attached to that is some required videos that you have to watch, and all those required videos are to get you ready to do your permit, your CDL permit test. Okay, you have to do your CDL permit, get your permit from your home state before you leave to come to Swift Academy. Okay, so you're going to do your permit test before you leave, and then they're also going to send you a link to do your DOT physical. Okay, your DOT physical must be done by somebody that is on that FMCSA link that they send you. If they're not on there, if you look up a doctor and they're not on there, then they're not approved to do DOT physicals. Okay, these people, the people that do these are have registration numbers and everything with the Federal Motor Carriers Association, or whatever you want to call it. So those are the only people that Swift are going to accept. Okay, you do travel here by bus. Okay, so you're going to travel here by Greyhound bus. I'm up from the upper Midwest, and it took me, basically took me a whole day to get here. Okay, you can bring your own vehicle, and they will reimburse you the gas up until the amount of the bus ticket. So my bus ticket's $194. That's what they would have reimbursed me up to get here. Obviously, it wouldn't have cost me $194 in gas to get here. But I opted to go against bringing my own vehicle, and the only reason why I did that is because my recruiter informed me that once I was complete with my 3 weeks of academy, that I would roll right into my orientation, and then from orientation I would go right on the road with my mentor. So that means my truck would have been parked here for about a month and a half, and I didn't want to leave my truck just sitting somewhere. Much rather have it at home where it's being used. So I decided to do the bus. That's quite the interesting experience. I would have to tell you that the Greyhound terminals, I can only speak for the two terminals that I ended up stopping at, which was one in Omaha and the other one was in Denver, and those places were pretty nasty. I mean, I don't think I'm above anything, but because I'm definitely not. But the terminals were nasty. That's pretty much how I'm going to put it. But on the bus, some of the buses have Wi-Fi. Both the buses I rode on had Wi-Fi, but I didn't use their Wi-Fi, so I can't tell you how good the Wi-Fi speeds were. During my whole trip here, I only was without service for probably a total of 2 hours. I mean, you're going to go through some areas, and if you're not getting cell phone coverage, that bus ain't getting cell phone coverage either. They do have plug-ins, so you can recharge your phone, laptop, or whatever. Okay, and you do have several stops, so you'll have plenty of time to stop and grab something. It's usually about 15 minutes to stop, grab something to eat, grab something to drink throughout the bus ride. Once you get here, Swift does have I guess they have a partnership with Uber. So if you're familiar with Uber and already have the Uber app, it's real easy. They send you the link, you upload it into your Uber, and then when you get your ride, it goes right to the Swift company, and they're the ones who pay for your ride from Greyhound to your hotel. The two hotels that the Swift Academy is using here is the Extended Stay America and Country, I think it's the Country Inn. I don't know anything about the Country Inn. I know it's like right here next to my hotel. It's right on the other side of us. I can only speak about this particular hotel, and I'm staying at the Extended Stay. Okay, the rooms are nice and clean. They do have kind of like the like no roving security or nothing, but basically at 10 o'clock or 2200 at night, nobody can come through those doors without having a key card for the outdoor access. They don't clean your rooms every day, but that's fine, I guess, unless you're a real filthy person or just absolutely must want somebody to come in your room every day. But they don't clean your room every day, which is fine by me. You can get all the towels you need. You can exchange your towels anytime you want. The rooms here have kitchenettes, which makes it nice. So you basically, no oven, but you do have a stovetop. So you have a large burner and a small burner. You have a microwave, and you have a full-size fridge. You are going to be here for 3 weeks, so I would advise you to take advantage of that, because you can, go, run to the Walmart, get all your own food, because that's going to save you money. Eating out every day is expensive, but to each its own. If you want to eat out every day, hey, that's on you. Where we are located at, we have several restaurants. We have a Cracker Barrel that's right next to us. There's an IHOP, a Chili's, an Applebee's, and there's 2 sports bars, one called Bout Time, and then there's one called, I think it's called The Puck. All right, so those are like right here within walking distance. I mean, it'll take you no more. The furthest one is about 5 minutes away walking time, so it's real easy to get somewhere if you want to eat something different than what you got in your room. Okay. Day one is, it starts on a Monday. So when you do go in there, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to meet the academy leader, who is Scott Udell. I think that's Udell. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name properly or not. And you're going to meet him and and then the person who basically takes care of all their paperwork and does all their in process and stuff. And her name is Lydia for the academy. And when you the first morning, what you do is basically get an brief introduction by Scott, and then you're gonna roll right into all your paperwork. So you're gonna start filling out all your contracts and go over the rules and things like that. And once you're done with that, then you're gonna go do your DOT drug test, which for Swift is a urinalysis. And then if you did not have your DOT physical done, you're gonna get a physical done. The key part about that, I don't know if I mentioned this before, is to make sure that if you get your DOT physical done in your hometown, that you bring the 3 to 4 page long form that you fill out. So you're going to get, usually when you go get your DOT physical, they're going to give you a big sheet of paper, okay, and that's your certificate. And then they're also going to give you, then they're also going to have you fill out a 3 to 4 page, basically like your medical history, okay. You need to have both of those when you come. If you do not have those, they're going to make you redo your physical here. Now, you don't have to pay for it. Swift pays for it, but the whole thing is you're the one who loses your money, because I paid $50 for my physical. A couple other gentlemen paid anywhere. I think one guy paid about $80 and the other guy paid $100. So that's just money that you threw away. You might as well just wait until you got here to get your physical. Okay. Also, with your physical, you need to make sure that on the bottom right hand corner of the physical, that is marked that you were approved to be an over the road driver. It's in the bottom right hand corner. I think it says CDL. It's like CDL something. It needs to be checked. If that's not checked, even if you have all the paperwork, they're going to make you redo your physical. Okay. After you do your physical, then you pretty much jump into you start doing your book work, okay? So you're going to do book work. You will get homework every night. It's nothing, every night I do my homework. As soon as I get back to my hotel room, it takes me probably about a half hour, okay? And the reason why is because if you've done if you did your CDL permit, which you should have done, you shouldn't even be here if you didn't get your permit do your permit yet. Then it's pretty much information that during the course of studying for your permit that you should already know. You might have to look up a few things in that book, but you pretty much should know it already. If not, then you just got to read those chapters and take the quiz at the end. The first 2 days you do not touch a truck, okay? And I would assume the reason that is because obviously they're probably waiting on your drug test to come back to make sure that you're you don't pop for anything, because nobody's gonna let you touch your truck if you, pop positive for drugs. So that's how that first 2 days goes. Okay, class starts at 7 and it ends at 5:30 every day. Okay, so you don't expect to get back to your hotel room till about 6. Okay, and then on Wednesday you got a little bit of class work that you do in the morning, and then you go out to the range, and out on the range they start going over your pre-trip, and then you start doing straight line backing on that Wednesday, and then Thursday you do more straight line backing, and you're going to do a pre-trip every day. Okay, so if you're somebody who's worried about trying to remember all this pre-trip stuff, it's not like they're just going to go over pre-trip for 1 or 2 days. You're going to pre-trip a truck every single day. Okay, so within by the end of that 3 weeks, you should know how to pre-trip a truck. Okay, or a tractor. I'm sorry, semi, whatever you want to call it. And then during that Thursday, you do more straight line backing in the morning, and then they introduce a new backing to you. So Thursday we started doing offsets. Okay, so we started doing offset right, and then so you'll do an offset right, and then you'll do some straight line backing, and then it progresses from there. So then later on that afternoon, they added the offset left, and then yesterday they added the parallel park. So and the way it works is you do every single one of those backing drills every time you're in the truck. So in my class we have 7 students, and every time a student gets in the truck on their turn, you do each one of those backs before your turn is over. Okay, so you do each one of those backs, and then you just keep rotating, and you're doing it all day. You're going to get plenty of backing. I mean, for me, that was probably my biggest concern, but I can tell you, if you have any experience backing any type of trailer up and doing it frequently enough, and you got the concept, it's pretty easy. Okay, and then there's guys here that don't have absolutely any experience backing. You know what? But because it's a small class and you get so much hands-on training with it, my class is doing very well actually, and they're pretty much even moving ahead with some of the schedule because everybody's getting it. I mean, we had a couple guys, that struggled at first, and they look like rock stars out there right now. So I think that's just the advantage of having such a small class. Okay, I'm gonna turn this damn video down. There doing some freaky stuff in it. Watching a movie on Showtime here. I'll turn it down a little bit. So there's no fear about if you're going to get the experience of backing. You're going to get lots of backing time. I have to say all the instructors have been awesome. Everybody's going to kind of gravitate towards one, the type of instructor that best fits for you. But I like all the instructors. They're all easy to talk to. You can answer all kinds of questions. Their interest is to make sure you know what you're doing, right? I mean, they're training you, and whatever happens out there on the road could be a reflection of how they trained you. So, I'm very, very satisfied with the amount of time that we're getting in the truck. Sometimes I want more time in the truck, but what happens is the end of the day comes and it's time to go back to your hotel room. You go to school Monday through Friday, and you get Saturday, and you get your Saturday, Sundays off. Okay. Let's see. There's a shuttle that picks you up in the morning. I will tell you this: on the grocery, I'll say there's a shuttle at 6:15 and a shuttle at 6:35. I find that's inaccurate. I mean, I think the shuttle comes one time a day. The smart thing to do is be down there at 6 o'clock, and don't be hanging out inside the lobby area. Go outside in front of the hotel, unless it's inclement weather, if it's raining or something like that, and hang out there, so that way you don't miss your ride. We had one guy miss a ride a couple times. It was no issue, it was no issue, but he basically just Ubered on over there to the academy. But you don't want to miss any time, right? Then you stand out. So I'm just going to tell you right now, the best thing to do is just be downstairs at 6 o'clock ready to go. They say they serve you they have like a breakfast. It's not a breakfast, not at this hotel anyway. I can't speak for the other hotel. I mean, they got some muffins. They do have coffee, which I do take advantage of the coffee, but they got some muffins and like some nature bars or whatnot. So that's the reason why I get up every morning, unless I sleep a little later than I anticipate, and I make my own eggs and bacon here in my room. That way I have a nice good breakfast before I go. what you can expect while you're at the academy or at the terminal doing your training, because that's where your training is at. It's at an actual Swift terminal. So you see all the drivers. You see drivers every day, okay, and you can talk to those people. They'll talk to you if you talk to them. I eat my lunch every day at the cafeteria, and the reason why is because it's really not overly expensive for me. It's $6 to eat. Now, granted, what I'm saying is like it's like a regular menu, like you would see at any type of not like a restaurant, but a place that you just walk in and kind of see what they got and order. But they have specials every day, and they don't just have one special. They have like 5 or 6 different specials, and all their specials are $6 unless it's like a higher quality. Like unless it's like something different, like crab or fish or something like that, then it might be $7 or $8. But for the most part, it's $6 and you get a medium drink. Okay, you can order different things off the menu, but then you're paying whatever the regular price is for that. But they have plenty of specials, and that's what I do. And then I have my regular meal. I cook my own meal when I come home, and when I come back to the hotel in the evening. And I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm gonna be putting out a video every single week. I'm gonna put out one video a week throughout my whole time as a trucker, however long that may last. I don't know how long I'm gonna do this. Like I said, I have a retirement already, so this is more. I'm doing this more to kind of want to help my daughter out with college. So that's the reason why I'm getting in the trucking, and it's something I've always wanted to do. So if it lasts a year, I'm going to put out a video every week. If it lasts 20 years, then I'm going to have a video every week. If it lasts 3 weeks because I fell out in school, then that's the last you'll see of me. I hope you enjoy my video, and if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, just post them. If you're one of these people that want to get on here and like, oh, you picked a bad school or whatever, and you want to come up with all your Swift jokes, hey, I'm just going to ignore you or block you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got to do what they need to do to get where they want to get in life. And you start from somewhere. And this is where I'm starting. And at the end of the day, I think how successful you are in anything you do in life is based on who you are. So, the company doesn't make me, I make the company. That's the kind of way I've always viewed anything you do in life. So if you have some positive things to add, feel free to add them. If you have any questions, please ask me, and I will answer you back. Maybe we can, I plan on setting up a email specifically for questions about Swift. Right now, I do know that once you're done with your 3 weeks and you go in your orientation, based off last time I understood is when you're doing your orientation, you're getting paid by minimum wage. Okay, so I do know that much, but I will know much more about that after I pass the academy and after I do my orientation. So I can get in that. So I really can't answer any questions about pay. I'm not going to try to answer any questions about pay. So I would ask you to refrain from that. But if you're somebody who's interested in going to school here to get your CDL, sponsored CDL or whatnot, ask me questions about that, and I'm going to answer everything that I know. I don't think I've left anything out. You're pretty tired by the end of the day if you're coming to school right now. It's hot out there on that grinder, out on the range all day long. So make sure you bring water. I would recommend, I wear a regular ball cap. If I had to do it all over again, and matter of fact, this weekend I'm probably going to go run and get a boonie cover. That way I have better coverage all the way around my head. If you wear glasses, I'd highly recommend if you can afford to, go get a prescription set of sunglasses, because that helps a lot. That's what I did, because I have my regular set of glasses and I have a prescription set. Bring some, if you plan on coming here anytime soon, make sure you bring some, what do you call that stuff? Sunblock. Okay, you're gonna need that out there. All right, for sure. I mean, and bring water. You need to drink water out there. It gets pretty hot. The blacktop is hot, and you're standing out there. They got a couple buildings you can chill out in. They're not necessarily AC, but it's a break from being out in the direct sun. And a lot of people hang out in there when it's not their turn in the truck. Other than that, I hope everybody has a safe 4th of July weekend. Be safe out there. And I look forward to putting out more videos.